Heart failure was definitely something that I never thought I would have. I've always been active. I've always been a runner. So when I heard those two words, didn't believe it. It all began when I was pregnant with my daughter, our firstborn. I noticed we were on family vacation in Wisconsin Dells, and I noticed my ankles I looked like I was 40 weeks pregnant at only 19 weeks. My face was really swollen. My arms and wrists and fingers were really swollen. I couldn't get my ring on at only 19 weeks. I realized something was wrong, and so we went into the doctor, and I had a very rare pregnancy throughout, and I just was getting fluid on my body.
And so we decided to make an appointment with her doctor to get things checked out the very next day. So we go into the doctor's office, and the doctor basically said, hey, everything still appears to be all right. Your ankles are still swollen up. We're going to keep an eye on you, but we're going to send you to a specialist down in Sioux Falls, high-risk OB place, to have you get checked out. And so we go down there, we get everything checked out, and the doctor's like, you can't go home, you gotta stay. You're not doing all right now. And she basically told us that she had kind of early-onset preeclampsia. So her kidneys, her liver weren't functioning right, and it was preventing all this water from escaping her body, which started to make her feel really sick.
I knew I was really sick, and I knew there was something wrong, and I just wanted to keep her in as long as possible. So I just kind of ignored all the things because honestly, heart failure symptoms are similar to pregnancy symptoms. So I just kept avoiding it. I mean, I couldn't even sit up out of bed without losing my breath. I couldn't walk to the bathroom without running out of breath. I just felt very weak and short of breath, and I mean, that should have been a tell that obviously something else was extremely wrong. But like I said, I just really wanted to stay positive and keep Aria in as long as possible. And then we delivered Aria at 28 weeks.
I was worried about her. I was worried about the baby that we were going to have. We were really concerned that everything was going to be all right. We weren't sure. I had to be her rock at that point in time, so I couldn't really show a whole lot of emotion. I kept having to tell her, hey, everything's going to be all right, but I had no idea if everything was going to be all right.
My husband he took me to the NICU to see our daughter, and we were walking through the hallways, and my head just kept falling down. And we were like, maybe it's the sleep, maybe it's just little pain meds and I was tired, and nope, they realized that something else was wrong, and I completely passed out, and I woke up and I was in the ICU, and they told me I was experiencing heart failure. Right after Aria was born, the doctor came up and told us, which might I add, we thought nothing was wrong with her after all the testing. And then after Aria was born, they came up and told me that she had 50% chance of surviving. And so, I mean, just hearing that alone with feeling so sick myself, it was just a lot to take on. And so then after that next day, then all of a sudden just being so out of it and my body shutting down itself, it was just experience I never thought I would have to experience. My baby struggling along with me, and I couldn't be there to help her because I was struggling myself.
We had a lot of support from our families in and around this time too. A lot of support. God was giving us everything that He could to help us out right at the time. I would take turns with her parents. They would keep an eye on Ashley while I would go keep an eye on Aria for a couple days. It was very stressful, very stressful. Aria, she had a tough fight. She ended up making it 4 months before she went up to heaven, and I was very happy for all the time that we got to spend with her. Very, very, very pretty little girl, little angel. We always called her, little princess.
I had faith that God was watching over us, but we had a beautiful angel in heaven watching over us, and I knew they both wanted me to have another baby, and so we just trusted in the experience. I healed up, and we prayed for the best, and we were lucky to get pregnant again a year later. And then now that I have my son Graham, I think that's my fear too, is that I want more babies, but then I don't want to go through heart failure again and make him lose his mom. I just want women to pay attention to their selves, and we know our bodies better than anyone, so be honest and speak up about the symptoms you're experiencing.
With everything that has happened, we're very, very thankful for everything that we do have. We didn't expect to lose our daughter throughout this. We didn't expect Ashley would go into heart failure. So we're very, very thankful for everything God has given us. And we have a different view on life now after all this.
I feel very honored that the Go Red for Women's Heart Association chose our family to share our story. I'm very appreciative, being a woman that has went through heart failure, of all the things that they're trying to accomplish.